Hi everyone, hope you're all well. This is just going to be a short video, a short update to keep you guys up to speed as to what happened this past weekend. You may have seen some strange videos, some odd branding on my account, or maybe you actually saw my account disappear, my channel disappear. That was because on the 17th of January 2021, I was hacked again. Thankfully, I suppose, this time around it wasn't quite as bad as the time it happened in 2011, which actually led to the inception of CjuGames. Back in 2011, I had lost the channel that I had started in 2006 called CJU01. Somebody had hacked into my account, they were attacking my bank accounts and various other accounts as well. Thankfully, this time around, it was just my Google account and YouTube account. Nothing else was affected. But back then, yeah, unfortunately, I lost my channel, all the views, all the subscribers, all the videos, a few hundred of which, and I had to start all over again. And that was very psychologically damaging for me. I really didn't take that very well. It was extremely disheartening. I was depressed for a long time. And I had various trust issues as well, because I didn't actually know where it came from. This time around, it's a little bit different. You know, I'm trying to look at the bright side of all this. This time around, I know why it happened, because it was actually my mistake, and I'll go into that in a little bit more detail later on. And you know what? You're actually watching this video on CjuGames. I didn't actually have to give up my account. Although it was suspended, it was removed, deleted, whatever. With the help of YouTube support, I actually did manage to get it back. So it's a couple of days ago, the morning of the 17th, it's Sunday morning. I'd just woken up, I was lying in bed, and I received a couple of notifications on my phone. I pulled it across and I saw that they were actually Google security alerts saying that my Google account details had just been changed. And I thought, that's a bit strange, because I don't usually do that when I'm asleep. So, of course, in a bit of a panic, I tried to log on to my Google account on my phone. Turns out I'd been signed out, and I had actually been signed out on every device that I own. I tried to sign back in, put the email address in, that was fine. Put the password in, that wasn't fine. And so, of course, I thought, oh, maybe I just typed it in wrong. Turns out, 10, 20 tries later, nope, I had typed that in correctly. There was something up. My password had been changed. So, at this point, I was actually freaking out quite a bit. Credit to my girlfriend for actually keeping a level head and trying to keep me cooled down to get through this entire process, but I knew something was up. Going through my head, it was like worst case scenario, it's 2011 all over again, etc, etc. Anyway, email address and the password didn't work, so I tried to use my Google account recovery questions and details and stuff like that, right? You know, you think that two-factor authentication, recover your password, maybe there's an alternative email address or some codes you can put in. That's going to work, right? In my case, this time, no. No, all of those details had been changed as well. So I tried to put in backup codes. They were different codes. I tried to get something sent to an alternative email address. That didn't work. The mobile number attached to my Google account had actually changed. So anything that usually send me to confirm or okay, that was actually getting sent to someone else now. And during this process, you'll see, if you go through it yourselves, that there's a button where you can just click and it says, try another way, and it will just try and fish out some other way that you could maybe prove that it's you trying to access your account. I went through all of those available to me, and eventually it said something along the lines of, Google cannot verify that you are the user of this account. So, I was locked out of my own Google account. So I couldn't get access to my Google account, I couldn't recover my account because all the details had changed, and I couldn't actually prove that I was who I said I was, that I was the actual user of that account. Now, all the while, I hadn't actually checked my YouTube channel. I didn't really know what was going on over there. I was just so focused on my Google account, thinking if I can get into that, I can rectify the situation really quickly. You know, I could kick whoever's on it off, I could remove their devices that they're using to access it, change passwords, etc, etc, just so it doesn't get any worse than it already is. Unfortunately, at the same time, on my YouTube channel that Sunday morning, and many of you probably saw this, my channel was going through some changes. So over on YouTube, I had a new branding. I had a new avatar, I had a new name, I was going by polka.dot now. Thousands of my videos were being deleted, and someone was actually live streaming some sort of video about a cryptocurrency called altcoins. Now, unfortunately, I didn't actually get to check that video out. I did manage to capture a screenshot of the thumbnail of that video as it was being broadcast, but yeah, I didn't actually get to watch that video. So maybe some people can fill me in the comments as to what that was about. Was it a good video? Was it up to my standards? Probably not, right? Probably not. So after a few moments of freaking out, essentially, what I do is I actually create a new Google account just so I can use the Google support forums and start a thread and explain my situation. And I did actually manage to capture it here so you can see it. I just tried to explain myself and my situation in as much detail as I could, in all the details that I knew at that time, and I was hoping that someone was going to get back to me. All the while, of course, as I'm trying to write out this forum post, my phone's blowing up, social media is going crazy, trying to notify me that my channel had changed, maybe it's been hacked, videos have been deleted. My channel had been deleted. But after the forum post was done, I sent it, I posted it, and I just had to sit back and wait. I couldn't do anything else without having access to my Google account, so I hoped someone came back to me pretty quickly. Now, this is where it gets a little bit strange, and I actually get some good luck for whatever reason. But after a few minutes of waiting, after posting the thread on the forums, asking for help, I'm twiddling my thumbs, I'm thinking of something else I can do, and just for shits and giggles, I think, I'm going to try and log into my Google account again, my actual Google account, not the one I just temporarily made to make the post. So I put the email in, I put the password in, of course, that's wrong, but I go down the recovery route. I say, forgot my password, blah, 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 blah. Go through all the recovery details, most of which has still been changed and everything. However, when it gets to mobile phone number, that was now my mobile phone number again. And I don't really know why. I don't know if somebody at Google had just reverted the decision that I had made. I don't know if the hacker had a change of heart. Maybe he was trying to cover his tracks, but for whatever reason, I could actually get text messages straight from Google regarding my account, and I could authorize a few things. And after a few more steps, I actually gained access to my Google account again. Now this is where things actually start to look up, because as soon as I've got access to my Google account again, I can do so many more things. And I'll leave more details and links down below in the description, just in case there is someone going through this rather horrific scenario themselves. Maybe you can find some assistance, some help down there, maybe some guidance, but I'll tell you what I did, okay? So as soon as I went and accessed my Google account again, of course, the first thing I do, I change passwords, I change my security settings, I look at devices that have access to my account, I remove the ones that were using my account that Sunday morning. As it turns out, they were coming from a place in Russia called Altai. As well as that, I could also file a dispute and appeal about my channel being deleted, about policy violations. There were a couple of forms I could fill out about my channel and account getting hijacked. And I think most importantly, the most helpful thing was that I could actually talk to someone at YouTube Creator Supports in real time as well. And I was put on with someone called Raquel, and we went back and forth for half an hour to an hour. I gave her a load of details, proving it was me, proving that I had nothing to do with anything that happened that Sunday morning. And within about 24 hours after that, my channel slowly but surely was re-emerging on YouTube. So, crisis averted. It was a nerve-wracking Sunday, and it took a little while, but I did manage to get my channel back, and I'm very glad about that. But now I suppose I need to talk about why this happened in the first place. Thankfully, I suppose, as opposed to 2011, that was much more malicious and the YouTube channel was just a part of a bigger picture. In this case, I think it was just someone from Russia exploiting the size of my channel, trying to get word out about a cryptocurrency. Or at least I think so. This time around, though, I've got no one to blame but myself. This time, I let the hacker in. So, the day beforehand, the Saturday, the 16th, I received a couple of emails from someone purporting to be from Red Barrel, the developers of the Outlast games, and they had a very interesting offer for me, apparently. They wanted me to play the beta for their upcoming horror game, Outlast Trials. According to them, as I learnt about in various emails back and forth, they were offering a few content creators the opportunity to play the beta and get early videos out for it to promote the game and spread awareness about it. And they wanted at least a 25-minute video, they wanted certain sections of the game to be in the video, they wanted the trailer at the end, they wanted links in the description. It was a very well-constructed lie. Included in these emails was information about them, about the company, about the game. There was pictures, there was just links and descriptions, there was the trailer, there was a link to a press pack. It all looked very legitimate, and I do have to give them credit for keeping up appearances and making this all look very legitimate, because usually this sort of stuff I'd see coming a mile away. I'm not that naive, not usually. Unfortunately, I do get emails like this fairly often, but I just know to ignore them. But for whatever reason, I looked at this one and I was sucked in by it. Maybe because I was hopeful that this was a legitimate offer. I actually do want to play the new Outlast game. Maybe it's because a few years ago when Outlast 2 was being released, Red Barrels were actually in contact with me and they did actually give me early access, so them getting in contact again, it's not unprecedented. I thought it was legit. But it's this sort of stuff that stopped me from looking at some discrepancies, and I was ignoring a few little things that seemed a little bit odd. Eventually, after a few emails, they did send me a link to their beta installer, which unfortunately I did click on, I did download, and I did run the setup.exe that I found within. Within about 10-15 seconds of me running that program, the program itself and various other files in the folder I downloaded disappeared, and I realized that I had made a terrible mistake. I realized that I had fucked up, and that's when I started to system restore, malware, virus scan, all that sort of stuff, hoping that that would be the end of it. But unbeknownst to me, I had allowed someone access into my account. And I don't know exactly how they did it. I don't know if they accessed my PC remotely. I don't know how they bypassed two-factor authentication on my phone. And yeah, I'm not really sure, but I know that's how it started. It was me running that file. And I'm quite embarrassed about it, really. But yeah, that's how I got myself into this situation. So, now you know what happened. Now you know why my channel disappeared for a while. Now you know why I probably won't be clicking many links in emails for a while. Now you know that I probably won't be playing Outlast Trials for the foreseeable future. Now you know. Before I wrap this up, I do have to give thanks to, well, loads of people actually. First of all, my girlfriend Jade, who was actually a calm and collected rock while I was freaking the fuck out. That helped a great deal. To all the people on the Discord server, on Twitter and Facebook who tried to escalate this to Google and YouTube support, other content creators that did the same, it really means the world to me, and your efforts did make a difference. This was rectified, this was righted really quite quickly, and yeah, I've got you to thank. So, from the bottom of my heart, really, thank you very, very much. For a little while, I'll be making sure that everything's back on my channel again, everything's live, everything's available, and everything's essentially back to normal. In the meantime, if you do notice that something isn't normal, something's strange, something's odd, something with a description, a title, maybe a video's missing, drop me a comment down below, let me know about it, and I should be able to sort that out, because since 2011, I actually have been making backup copies of all my videos for this very reason, just in case. So yeah, if there is something missing, it might take me a day or two, but I can find the right hard drive, I can re-upload the video. It's not the end of the world. So, once again, thank you very much for your help, thank you very much for watching, thank you very much for listening, and I hope to see you in another normal video fairly soon. See you then.